Welcome back to what is another fine Top 10 Tuesday. And I won't lie, I struggled with this one. Some of you may even be angry with me. I digress. Anime has gifted us some amazing stories, characters, waifu, and worlds. Yes, worlds being the key word here. Be it fantasy or a virtual world, let us don our best tracksuit and let Truck-Kun obliterate us into my top 10 Isekai. But before we jump into the video, if you'd like to see more weekly top 10s like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Anyway, with that being said, let's roll the intro and get straight into the list. Peace. Starting out strong with the beast, that is Diablo. How not to summon a demon lord really ticks all the boxes of, an Isekai for me. Got an OP main, beautiful world, nice cast of girls, and yeah, I won't lie, I wouldn't mind if I was the one that ended up in this world. IRL Takuma Sakamoto is a classic loser-type kid, but is a godlike player in the online game Cross Reverie. Sakamoto was summoned to the world of this game by two NPCs, namely Rem and Shira, with the intention of summoning this demon lord and placing a servant necklace upon him. However, the tables have turned and these two girls have become his slaves. Sakamoto, now Diablo in this world, keeps his IRL traits of being socially awkward, and to combat this, he dons the persona of his online character. He decides to agree in helping find Rem and Shira a way of removing these necklaces, and has gifted us viewers some very funny moments and some beast level power that this demon lord possesses. Only thing I can't work out with this show is who is best girl? Demi-human Rem or busty elf Shira? Let me know in the comments. This next one bears a lot of similarity to another Isekai that will feature later on this list, and I'm sure by the time we finished with this entry, you'll probably have guessed which one that is. Still, Problem Children Are Coming From Another World, Aren't They? Is an Isekai that just can't be ignored. Because it does have its own traits that are very charming to the series. And there's a bunny girl. 414 likes bunny girls. Izuyoi, Azuka, and Kasukabe are three children that live a life of boredom but are summoned to the world of Little Garden because these three are not normal humans. They each have a superpower. Once summoned to Little Garden, a world where people play games for prestige and wealth. Guess the other anime yet? They decide to join the no-name community to help them regain their wealth and want greatness. If anything, this anime is a solid choice for me, but give it a watch simply for Kuro Usagi, Black Rabbit. Aside from the noise, her character is brilliant. She does kind of remind me of Aqua. She is supposed to be like a guide for the three protagonists, however, she does become the victim of their antics. Next up is the beautiful, vast world of Elder Tale. In this world, there is a character that carries the traits, the classic traits that all glasses wearers have, except this guy is the master. I don't have glasses to do this. No props. When it first aired in 2013, it was highly considered as a Sword Art Online ripoff. However, Log Horizon stands as its own unique thing. The story follows main protagonist Shiro, who is trapped within the world of Elder Tale with other players that play the popular online game who cannot log out. You see why they said this was like a ripoff originally, right? Where it differs is that if you die in the game, you won't die IRL. However, the more that you die in game and are revived, the more memories of the real world that player loses. What really sets this anime apart from the others is not only its breathtaking fantasy setting, but its main protagonist Shiro. This guy is an absolute genius. He is intelligent, strategical, and just brilliant, really. For me, a tactical mastermind is sometimes much more fulfilling to watch than someone with OP powers, and this show nails it with Shiro, as it has led to many thrills and excitement. Stepping outside of the fantasy setting for just a minute and entering one of a World War I theme. I think it was World War I. I should know this. She's like my most popular video on my channel. Digress. Anyway, the saga of Tanya the Evil was, it just came out of nowhere, and it's just freaking amazing. And in my opinion, was a fresh take on the very cluttered isekai genre. Our main protagonist is a douche, to put it simply, a Japanese salaryman that is all of the cynical, who ends up meeting his demise and challenges God, known in this series as Being X. Challenge met as this adult man one day wakes up in the world of a war zone, reincarnated as a tiny girl called Tanya de Gurachov. Gifted with magic on her side and all of her memories from her previous life, Being X told Tanya that if she dies in this life, she will not be reincarnated and will go straight to hell. The story features Tanya's rise through the ranks in the military, becoming one of the most feared warlords that the world has ever seen. This show was just awesome. Most certainly one of those that you just couldn't keep your eyes off, and if there's one thing that I did learn or pick up from this anime, is that Tanya is someone that you do not get on the bad side of. Wouldn't you know it, another isekai where our main protagonist is trapped within a game and can't log out. Have we heard this before? I mean, seriously, the plot has been done so many times, but there are the select few that just do this so well. The anime in question at number 6, none other than Overlord. And it's said that most anime fans have said that this anime did this plotline the best. If that made sense. A gamer known by the avatar name of Momonga's favorite online game is about to shut down. With this heartbreak, he decides to log into the game for its final moments and to stay logged in for as long as he can. In doing so, the game doesn't shut down as it was supposed to, but instead the NPCs start coming to life. Momonga, a lich also known as Eins Ulgun, forms his own guild and in getting used to his new life, vows to conquer and rule over this world. The comedy in this series is pretty dark and really grabs its viewers' attention. Like I mentioned already, its dark theme is also satisfying. It's brutal, and let's face it, it just does everything right. So we spoke of a Shiro earlier, let's talk about another Shiro, and I'm sure you guessed if you caught on to the anime we were nodding to earlier, as well as it being blatantly obvious that this anime would make the list. Though it is higher on this list, No Game No Life is definitely one of the main anime, if not the main anime you think of in the isekai genre. No Game No Life is set in a vibrant, and I mean vibrant, world. The colours used in this series are utterly breathtaking and just so beautiful to look at. Honestly, there is no other eye-catching anime like this one. Step siblings Sora and Shiro, known to the online gaming world as Blank, are transported to a world where violence does not exist. Fights and disputes are banned and instead all settled through games. This world has 16 tribes or races to which Blank find out that humanity are the lowest rank. As these two are the master of games and undefeated, they plan to help the human race become number one and eventually take on and beat God himself. This series really has it all. Great storyline, incredible music, a very memorable cast of characters. Jabril, don't at me, I like Jabril, alright? She's awesome. The vibrant world I mentioned, and if you haven't watched it yet, then just stop the video, go watch No Game No Life, and then come back for the rest. Both. One of my personal favourites, now this anime isn't everyone's cup of tea, let's say, but this for me is just such a unique take on the isekai genre that is just overly saturated. Gate is a series that is so unique that it shows off the isekai genre in two separate ways. One, from the point of view of, Earth being invaded, and two, from resolving this in another world. A portal opens up in the middle of Tokyo where our main protagonist, Yuji Itami, complete legend by the way, love this guy, is just trying to attend a weeb-level loved doujinshi convention, but ends up having to face off against multiple invaders coming from this portal and saving many civilian lives. In doing so, he is chosen to be amongst a group of people who are sent through this portal and explore the realm on the other side. The goal is a peace treaty, however, if they fail, the biggest war both worlds have ever faced. Armed with tanks and modern Japanese military, they face a fantasy world full of magic and dragons. Now, this show has a really awesome cast of characters, and Me personally, I'm never usually one for the lolly character. However, in this series, that was the exception. Rory Mercury was the first, air quote, lolly that grabbed my attention. Her design and character alone made Gate an instant hit for me, so check it out for that. This next one starts off as another typical isekai, but after its first episode that was a 45-minute banger from the winter 2019 series, the rising of the shield hero turned everyone's head. Main protagonist Naofumi Iwatani is summoned along with 3 other heroes to this new world in which they must protect and save it from the waves of catastrophe. The first episode ends in betrayal as Naofumi, not only looked down upon because he is the shield hero, is accused of committing a crime and is now rejected by the entire world he was brought here to save. This is what made this one stand out for me, not only as an isekai but as one of my favourite anime of all time. The way it just harshly switches gears and turns into a show with dark hatred and vengeance as its forefront. Naofumi, despite hating the world of Melromark for its betrayal, has vowed to save it and defeat the waves in order to return to his own world. On his journey, we are blessed with a really solid set of characters, namely Raphtalia and Philo, members of Naofumi's party. Not only them, but the other characters, the world of Melromark, the waves and the villains that come with them are just built in such a way that made this isekai a hit and one of the hottest anime series of that year. It's the way that the series really tackles those darker moments, but also throw in moments that tug at the old heartstrings and even add in layers of humour. Its soundtrack and sound design are beyond this world as well, pun intended. I'm psyched. I cannot wait for seasons 2 and 3. Okay, so let's talk guilt for a second. Guilt, sadness, disbelief. Going back to my first top 10 where I went through my favourite anime series. I was just as shocked as you were that I left this one off the list. How and why did I do that? I wish I could just restart and start life in another top 10. Okay, that was super lame. Coming in at number 2 and should have been in my top 10 favourite anime of all time, Re:Zero, starting life in another world. Re:Zero follows Subaru Natsuki, who gets transported to a new world, except he has a very different gift. And that is that he can die and restart from certain save points, let's say. The way this is portrayed in this anime is something really different. It captures the fear, despair, and shock of what Subaru is going through, and can I just say that both sub and dub actors really nailed the emotion that makes these moments a shock to watch. Seeing the visual and mental trauma happen to Subaru is just so well done. In this new world full of danger, Subaru is saved by a very beautiful half-elf who he ultimately falls head over heels for, and she becomes the focus of his attempts to help or save her. Though the cost is that poor Subaru has met his fate numerous times, to which he tries to change the outcome once he restarts from these, again, save points. I mention this a lot, but really solid cast of characters. We've obviously got Subaru, Amelia, Rem, Ram, Beatrice, Puck. Endless list. But it's not just that. His story is written in a way that just really captivates you. And it does well at leaving you wanting more at the end of the episode. There is a reason why this show has so much hype around its second season. It is just that good. We have seen some pretty amazing protagonists in this list. They've all been transported to other worlds and have accomplished great things. But the one that stands out above the rest is the one that is not having the best of times in his new life, and that is Kazuma Sato from Konosuba. We have had some amazing isekai, not just on this list, but outside of it too, but come on, Konosuba it's a masterpiece. Kazuma is a shut-in NEET whose death was far from tragic and more so embarrassing. In death, he meets the goddess Aqua, who gives Kazuma the chance to be reincarnated in a fantasy world where he must defeat the Demon King. Not just that, but he has the option to take any one thing with him. What does Kazuma choose? The useless goddess Aqua herself, of course. Kazuma's quest in this new world is far from what he imagined, and forms a guild with some less than desirable members that include the Explosion Queen Megumin and Masochist Darkness. This show obviously follows these 4 on their adventures and is without a doubt not only an isekai but an anime that you just cannot help but love. It features a beautiful mastery of comedy, great music and sound design, and overall is just God's blessing on this new world. Again, that was lame. All of the lame puns in this one. Love it. But thanks for watching. That was my top 10 isekai. That was hard, and I know you're all gonna go crazy because I missed out certain shows such as Slime, Part-Timer, Sword Art Online maybe. But let's face it, there's more than enough isekai for a part 2. But what did you think of this list? Let me know in the comment section below. What is your favorite isekai? Don't forget to smash the like button if you enjoyed this video. Come hang out with me on Twitch and Discord during the weekdays, and subscribe for more anime content. Till next time, my fellow weebs, peace!